In our continuing review of major sectors for 2012, tonight we take a look at the environment. 2012 is said to be a year of the Fury floods, following the disaster that occurred after heavy rainfall in September in more than 19 states of the Federation. Our correspondent, Ayola Kasim, now takes a look at some of the environmental incidents that happened this year.
The rains could not come down early as expected at the start of the year, so that heightened the fears on the effect this could have on food supply. But the weatherman predicted abundant rainfall. In fact, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency in its 2012 seasonal rainfall prediction warned about an imminent heavy rainfall and the attendant flooding. It said that Warri would have the highest length of rainfall season with 247 days and 2,649 millimeters of rainfall, followed by Ibadan with 246 days and 1,275 millimeters, while Nguru will have the shortest length of rainfall season of 93 days with 1,675 millimeters of rainfall. On the 13th day of February 2012, a powerful flash storm devastated parts of Lagos. Surprisingly, there was no flood. The Met Agency said the wind speed was between 40 and 45 knot wind velocity, but only an inch of water fell during the storm, which lasted 15 minutes in some places in the state. More was to come, and truly in July, Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, witnessed a disastrous flood which claimed at least 3 lives. Many farmlands and poultry farms were washed away. Back in Lagos, while the residents living in areas prone to floods were beginning to rest easy, the people of the Okunwafa community in Lekki were sacked from their homes by the Atlantic Ocean. The area has been experiencing coastal erosion for more than 3 years. The president's visit and his subsequent promise to the residents here to protect them from the surging ocean in 2011 is yet to be fulfilled. And while those people were trying to rebuild their lives, the Kuramo beach was also hit and totally wiped off, this time in August. Some blame the state government's Eco-Atlantic City project for the increase in surges, but the majority of people blame the Maritime Agency, NIMASA, for not clearing the ocean of abandoned sea wrecks. To date, nothing has been done to protect the area from any surge in the future, but the disaster that left many gobsmacked was in September. A tragic wave of flooding engulfed some parts of the country, leaving over 59 communities sacked, 38,228 people displaced, over 160 people dead, and 25 million people in danger. The list covers even the arid northern Nigeria, with states like Sokoto, Katsina, Jigawa, Zamfara, Niger, Kogi, and Kebbi affected. In Niger State, for instance, over 10 local governments were affected, while in Adamawa State, 7 local governments were devastated. And in the south-south, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom were affected. In Southeast, 2 people were reported dead in Enugu, and there were destruction of communities in Anambra State. In all, 23 states were affected. President Jonathan thereafter set up a presidential technical committee to visit all affected areas to properly assess the impact of the floods. A presidential committee on flood relief was also set up, and the president announced a 17.6 billion naira direct intervention in the cases of flooding. On the sharing formula, 13.3 billion naira was distributed by the states, which were categorized into 4 groups. States in the first group got 500 million naira, second group 400 million naira, third group 300 million naira, and the fourth group 250 million naira. The remaining 4.3 billion naira was given to government agencies saddled with the responsibility of providing relief. In November, the Presidential Relief Committee raised over 11 billion naira in what was described as the first leg of its fundraising. But the people are yet to fully get their lives back on track.
Buying mattresses, setting up committees, people making donations. But I think we should actually donate our energy into being more proactive.
With all the havoc the flood wreaked, the attention is now back on the food security situation in the country.
As a government, we're working very hard to make sure that we increase our domestic food supply.
At the moment, we are back to where we started. Many said there will be food crisis. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development firmly believes otherwise. Now, looking ahead, as much as I try to avoid the cliche, only time will tell, at the moment, it seems apt. For if all the disasters of 2012 will not have any impact on how much food will be available for everyone in 2013, well, you guess it, only time will tell. Ayola Kasim reporting for Channels Television News.